It was November 25th, 2015.
Miami Police 5 Jones, do you have an emergency?
Yeah, hi.
What is the emergency?
Domestic violence at the Opera Tower. She needs a dumb cops to come down here.
Okay,
so
the
they can
police
take
are
care of-
coming. The police are coming.
Magda, are you ready?
Yes. May I tell you a story that may be similar to yours? This is a story of a little girl who had a difficult childhood. From a very young age, her mother was absent. Her father took care of her, but had no stable home to offer her. So for periods of time, she lived with her nanny, then with some cousins, then with other grandmother. The truth is that from a very young age, she felt unwelcome, misunderstood, and even rejected. Her way of escape was to dance, to forget. When she danced, she felt that time stopped. She felt that it was easy to dream. And so the years went by. She grew up and became a woman very committed to her dreams. 8 years ago, eager to take on the world, she decided to take the risk. She decided to pack her dreams in a backpack and leave her experiences, friends, and family behind. Her destination, the United States. She wanted to go after what they call the American dream. And when she arrived in the United States, many wonderful things happened to her, yes. But as you and I know, there are sunny days and gray days too, right? In her life, there started to be more gray days than sunny days. Within 3 months of leaving her country, she received sad news. Her father had lost his life fleeing from a robbery in Caracas, Venezuela. A motorcycle ran over him, causing him instant death. She was devastated. But the show must go on because life doesn't stop. Those gray days were accompanied by rain, a lot of rain. Tears caressed her skin frequently. Little by little, her heart was breaking into 1,000 pieces. Over time, she hid many emotions, not as beautiful as a sunny day. She stored her emotions in the same backpack where she had stored her dreams. And as those emotions weren't as beautiful as her dreams were, her dreams gradually became dim and clouded. She continued on her way with her backpack, and over the years, she felt the weight of that backpack, a lot of weight. It was a backpack full of suffering and dreams totally contaminated by pain. The changes in her life were radical. The smiles gradually disappeared, so she had to put on her best mask to face the bad weather. No one knew her battles. No one knew the weight of her dreams, let alone her frustrations. And like many, she knew very well how to hide her emotions in the midst of so much chaos, betrayals, attacks, violence, and disappointment, she decided to believe in herself and risk it all. Then she began to expose her talents and good heart to the world. She became popular. She was seen as the strong one, with a very resistant and perfectly covered armor. She kept going through all the storms. And you know what? I admire her a lot for her resilience. That ability to keep lifting it all when everything had fallen apart for her. She definitely has my respect. She has my admiration, my empathy, my compassion. She went on and on until her backpack burst. She could no longer hold this weight. It was too much weight, a lot of pain. A pain that little by little was reflected in her body. A sick body from so much shit that she held and decided to keep silent. Of course, everything looked wonderful and happy on the outside, but sad, dark, and sick on the inside. The arrival of a disease dressed as cancer began to develop. Also appeared many paranoid episodes, depression, anxiety. You know, the symptoms and consequences of what they call trauma. And if it wasn't enough, suicidal thoughts and the desire to take her own life kept haunting her head day after day. She had no idea that the body stores memories. You probably know her. Maybe you saw her on some social network giving her best, and her best smile to cheer up others, while inside her soul was sad and empty. And even so, she never stopped smiling. She hasn't told this to almost anyone because she decided to ignore her story. Perhaps for fear of what people will say or for fear of showing weakness. When in fact her true strength and courage was in embracing her vulnerability. That is why I admire so much that she had the courage to tell this. I admire that she has had the courage to open up her heart and accept that her things haven't been good. Today, she is a different person because many things have transformed within her. She was able to connect with her voice, with her power, and little by little, she is regaining her essence, her confidence. She has been remembering who she was before her backpack burst. Today, I want you to know that she is me. My name is Magdiel, and this is my story. I want us to know each other for the first time, and as never before. And yes, my name is Magdiel, and you may know me as Magga. You may have wondered what happened to me. Why haven't I been active on social media? Some people think that something happened to me. Others think that I don't know, that I'm not alive. And you know, they are right. Everything has happened to me. I have so much to tell you. You have no idea. I only ask you 3 things. Your precious patience, that you please lend me your ears and that you opened your heart to me, because I want to tell you a story that has never been told before. One that no one knows, one that I always hate and always ignore. And I will tell you that story without filters, without half-truths, from here, from the bottom of my heart, without characters. No armors, only you and me being vulnerable. And yes, I have been absent because my ability to express myself and my cognitive development were very affected. I couldn't express myself as I'm doing today. I couldn't even read. I couldn't focus or carry on an extended conversation, even though still happens to me quite a bit. Today I'm better. My brain and my nerves are better. The fact that today you witness this step that is so important to me, it means haven in here. And I know that this girl's story, my story, it can be or look like yours. And with this, I want you to know that you are not alone. You are not alone. I invite you to stay and join me on this journey through the deepest and darkest corners that no one else has known. My story since I immigrated to the United States is like a kind of action movie with drama, suspense, violence, horror, and a lot of inspiration at the same time. Because of how heavy it is, I decided to divide it into episodes. Each episode is very crucial for me because some of them represent some storm that brought with it great days and a lot of chaos, and others represent the magical path I have gone through to be here today. Maybe in each episode there is something you can keep in your heart, a learning, an experience, a lesson. That is why I want you to stay in the journey of my untold story. I want you to go with me hand in hand. I have also created a self-exploration exercise for you that will lead you to reflect on yourself, on your experiences, on certain difficulties, and to embrace your resilience. You will find them in a link located in the description of each episode. The idea is that you establish a deep connection with yourself and with me at the same time as we go on this journey together. You can also ask me any question you have, or perhaps answer me some of the questions I asked during this story, because I have had many questions in my head and I don't have the answers yet, and perhaps you have it. The idea is that together we can grow and to the top, because I want you to understand something within you. There is a great heart which deserves love. I am here being a woman, a new woman who made and continues to make a work of art with the pieces that were left. I'm a new woman who found her purpose in the dark. And today I feel the responsibility of shouting out my truth to the four winds. And today I feel fortunate to be alive to tell it. And I know that unfortunately, not all women are equally lucky. Possibly this will unleash some emotions in you, and it may not be easy to digest. But the reality is reality. And the truth sometimes hurts and annoy us. And I'm here willing to be brutally honest, direct, and bold as I never been in my life. To take this step, I had to transform my inner world, and now that I'm giving it, I feel a breath of peace. You know why? Because honesty is beautiful. And I feel a burning flame inside my chest for doing what is fair and right for me, for you, and for a better world. The moment of the liberation has come, and I'm here to witness yours. Please, stay with me. If you have gone through unfair, toxic, abusive, and painful circumstances, I would like to help you recognize, validate, and release those experiences and emotions that have been hidden within you. Go to the link in the description, maggalife.com/liberation, and get your masterclass and workbook. It's free. Let's start your journey today. With love, Magdiel.